And it worries me because I see tiny little divides happening and little groups forming. And I don't even know how to communicate to them that, yo, guys, this thing is becoming a bit of a mess, hey? Because in my own family, we were never taught to communicate with each other about what is actually hurting us. And unfortunately, it's easier to harbor resentment than to have an open communication style.
Don't you think it ripples down into that, where we can have a leader in place doing wrong to you or anyone, but because of this culture, no one has the guts to confront the person?
That might be the case.
And besides that, you have been trained to hush.
You're never going to find it in yourself to speak up, much less speak against this person.
Yes.
Because of the hush culture.
Yes.
And that's where abuse thrives.
I don't know where I saw this from. She's an actor, I'm just forgetting. But she said she was molested by a preacher. She told a mother. You know what was a mother's response?
What'd she say? Whoa. Her mother told her to keep quiet.
I was in the church choir, and choirs will visit each other's churches. And I got to ride with the pastor. I was very excited. I was sitting up front, and all of a sudden, coming from the other church, he pulls over and leans over to me. I'm in the passenger seat. He leans over to me, and he starts to kiss me. Well, I gritted my teeth, and then he tried to put his tongue in my... It was so gross and disgusting, and I felt his hands on my breasts. Well, I pushed him away from me. He took everything from me in that moment. God, because he was a man of God. My mother, because after I told her, which I did, we just pushed it down and never talked about it again.
Don't you think for this particular actor, when she was young, that was a moment where the mother could have somehow demonstrated that and trained her to have that?
Exactly. It was an opportunity missed, because that mother in that instance could have shown that, yes, it's possible to call out people in positions that are higher than you. It's possible to speak up and speak out and even confront some of these things, but she failed to do that.
See how bad this is, bro?
No, it's terrible.
Because it can even be happening within relations with, I know this is so dark, but it's a thing of, it's happening within your family members, where there are uncles that are just, right, they have that PDF tendency, right, and they're doing that. And for the most part, in order to keep peace in the family, people
exactly. There's an element of shame to it, which I don't know if I want to say I understand, but like, okay.
Imagine if we fostered that tendency and just the ability to communicate freely and just tell someone off. Do you think it'll be possible for these uncles to be thriving and aunties to be thriving in this environment?
It wouldn't, because you know that there's a feedback culture.